Today's program furnished by funding from Bill's Bake Shop, where smiles are everywhere.
If you're craving hot dogs and more, and you're in the area, then look no farther than Coney Island, downtown Newcastle on Kennedy Square.
When you have legal issues, Paula Chalella, attorney at law, 113 North Mercer Street, Newcastle.
Entrusting your loved one to a funeral director is a very personal and emotional decision. The funeral director you choose must understand the importance of the decision you have made. When you call the William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, I recognize what a privilege it is to be chosen at your time of need. We will provide you and your family with the best service possible, with sincerity and compassion.
The William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1941.
Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, Nctv45. Nctv45 Newcastle, The Train.
Good morning, Newcastle, and a very pleasant and happy September 30th, Wednesday, the last day of September, and Newswatch at Nctv45 as the trade making its way through. Maybe you're a little fatigued, tired. When the weather gets cooler, that tends to happen, and outside right now, as we take a look, it is 49 degrees, and we are in the midst of having that rain fall down, and so be careful. Wet leaves, a little slick out there as you go through your day. That is going to be a challenge. And let's take a look at traffic. Maybe you're heading out towards Pittsburgh. And I'm going to tell you, the cameras from PennDOT are very, it's dark, they're blurred. I'm not going to waste your time on dwelling on them. I'm just going to give you a straight up 168 and 224. Everything normal there. Martha Street and 224. Normal dark. Watch for deer getting out and about on the byways and highways. As you get to I-79, 422 interchange, traffic is normal, roads are wet, be careful. Now, let's take a look at 376 and that area in and around Lawrence County and State Street. Traffic a little heavier up there as people might be getting out and going to breakfast a little bit. 422 interchange west, again, traffic heavier there as we see a lot of the headlights. And I might just show you what this looks like as you go through. This way you won't think I'm giving you some kind of a snow job, not letting you see what's actually out there. This is the PennDOT cameras, and this is what they give you. So I don't want you to be kind of fogged on that. Now that's 422 interchange west, and as we go down to I-376, again darker, but traffic normal. No talking about any accidents. Turnpike normal, wet as you travel through western Pennsylvania. Now let's take a look at the northwest. And after talking with my son, who is working on weather right now, I-80 interchange and 376. Traffic going normally. But it is wet in northwest Pennsylvania, and this actually looks dry compared to the last picture, and it depends on how everything comes through on their cameras, but you could see northwest looking a little bit better than your ride to Pittsburgh. Now, I-80 and 79, once again, sector 5 dark, traffic looks to be normal. Now that gets you through little weather and traffic. We'll be back giving you more on weather as we go through our broadcast. Well, last night, the debate. And as we dig into another COVID type of thing, here is what I took from the debate with respect to the numbers. They're saying there's 988 positives in Pennsylvania. My personal opinion, I don't believe it. The reason I don't believe it is the 2-day numbers are as big as the 1-day numbers when you get to Tuesday. I really think that Governor Wolf has gone out of his way to shut down the state, to blame it on Donald Trump, and you can't do it. You can't do it. Okay? You can't have it both ways. Either you take the shutdown and stand up for it and say it was COVID, or you tell everybody to go back to work. There's no way these numbers can be even close to being true. And then they changed the way they counted them 3 times. At one point in time, Lawrence County had -1 person sick. Now, I'm going to address that. I'm building the case here, but we will address that as we go further into our broadcast. And I do have a surprise for you. Governor Wolf reminds Pennsylvanians we must protect ACA amid COVID in Doylestown. The governor of Philadelphia out east again. ACA Affordable Care Act. Just at coffee this morning, we caught the first lie of the Biden debate thing. He says that Trump had no plan. Well, Joe Biden wasn't watching NCTV45 because not even days ago I read on the air the Donald Trump plan. Now, you could disagree with it. I have no problem with that. Jim wants to say, I don't agree. Good. Donald Trump signed an executive order protecting pre-existing conditions. And Joe, if you want to disagree with that, I could take that. Hey, that's fair. But don't say he doesn't have a plan, because you're wrong. I will back check everybody every time and call them out. Now, in our second go around, and this, and it's only right to call him the governor of Philadelphia when everything he's doing is in the East. Why, you might ask? Why do you call him the governor of Philadelphia? Why does he send everything to East? No, his feelings aren't hurt. That's where he has a bunch of his buddies. If you take Pittsburgh and compare it to Philadelphia, Pittsburgh in way better shape than the city of brotherly love. Why? Those policies that they've used and followed in Philadelphia have not worked. But he supports them. Now, he is going to come west, and this is what he's going to do. New machining and robotics apprenticeship opportunities are available in Allegheny County. Tom Wolf announced the approval of new funding of 3 apprenticeships at New Century Careers in Allegheny County through the Department of Community and Economic Development Apprentice Grants Program. The funding will support the governor's commitment to expanding job training and related opportunities throughout Pennsylvania. With 3 programs available, one being a newly launched robotics course, New Century Careers will provide 120 apprenticeships, said Governor Wolf. Funding programs like this through the administration's PA Smart Initiative apprenticeships at successful careers by connecting them with participating companies that critically need high quality employees, high quality trained employees. Now, that program on a whole has worked. We've had problems with it working here because we have put ourselves in the business of poverty. We're not attracting people that can take that opportunity and make the most of it. Therefore, we'll give the governor one on that one. It's working. It just isn't working here. Here comes the Department of Agriculture again, and they're talking about data restaurant enforcement actions the 21st through the 27th. Now, I do not want to name restaurants per se. I urge you to support these small businesses in Lawrence County. The restaurants, and I'm going to use a term that's restaurant association, the restaurants associated with or in Lawrence County, I'm lacking a term for that, and in Mercer County are hurting. The reason they're hurting, folks, is really quite simple. If somebody, and I'd really like to get and say, Governor, we're going to try a little experiment with you. We're going to take 75% of your cash. And as you meander through, then we're going to act like a real good guy, and we're going to give you back 25%. We're going to take 50% of your cash. And let's see how that works for you, Governor Tom Wolf. The point is, it won't work for anybody. So, as they stir and heat up the recipe for disaster, what's the recipe for disaster? It's very simple. Limit business, take away from small business, pay people to stay home, and then to flip it, don't have a conversion on how to get people back to work. Don't have a conversion process. That's the recipe for disaster. And it's taken place when they do these little crackdowns. Now, never mind, the governor of Philadelphia believes he is above the law. He doesn't want to hear anything about the Constitution. He's just ramrodding around because, hey, after all, he is in his second term. He's got 2 years to go. And he basically doesn't care. Western Pennsylvania, you better wake up. Because I venture to say, when we hire somebody from Philadelphia, we get the governor of Philadelphia in full swing. And that's what we have with this guy. Now, let's get back and talk about the restaurant crackdowns. Because I have to fully explain to you why, when I fly off the handle, people go, oh, Ange, you really were going big on the restaurant crackdowns today. Well, yeah, because in counties like Lawrence, Mercer, Northern Butler County, a lot of times that's their economy. That's their economy. That's something, once again, Governor Wolf doesn't understand at all. So, the information, requirements for restaurants, social distancing, mask, and occupancy limits. When you have occupancy limits, that takes money away. If you're making on average $100 a table, and you have 10 tables, you make $1,000. As soon as you take it away, now you have 5 tables, you make $500, and you still have to pay air conditioning, heat, electric, people, food. You still have to do all that on a margin that's really, really small. He was told this is unconstitutional. The right of people to gather shall not be impeded. And he still thinks he's above the Constitution. So if you go into those small businesses, make sure that you support them, do the best you can, and understand that they're getting a lot of flack from the governor of Philadelphia. Uncommon bravery, innovation, earned state police the governor's award. Pennsylvania state troopers will be recognized by Governor Tom Wolf for an individual and group actions that prevented injury and loss of life and improved the quality of life in Pennsylvania. The men are among 49 employees of 9 agencies who earned the governor's award for excellence. A virtual ceremony was held today. Corporal Adam Kirk, Lieutenant James Warren, their heroic actions on December 10th, 2019, were the ballistics vest they were wearing saved Kirk's life. In the aftermath, it goes on to say, but it doesn't say what they did. It was a split second of heroism. Troop A in Greensburg earned the award, and hats off to them. Make sure that you don't go through for all the pandering, because in last night's debate, do you believe in law and order, Joe Biden? Are you defunding police? No, I'm not defunding police. They should have psychologists with them. Well, okay, while guns are firing back and forth, what's a psychologist going to do? How long have you had the problem? When there's a violent situation, somebody has to be in charge. I feel very strongly that our police departments are trained and know what they're doing. So I'll rely on them. Now, we can't go around too long without talking about Secretary of Health Rachel Levine and the flu vaccine. You know, it's interesting. They announced the launch of a statewide multimedia campaign on awareness of the flu vaccine and encouraged Pennsylvanians to be vaccinated. They said we are entering the flu season in the middle of a pandemic. Now, here's the thing. The flu vaccine vaccinates you for one type of flu. I'm not saying you should get it, you should not get it, but you should know that. And you should act accordingly. They encourage everyone 6 months and older to get vaccinated. The flu symptoms are similar to COVID. Fever, feverish chills, cough, shortness of breath, fatigue, sore throat, running or stuffy nose, muscle pain and body aches, headaches, sometimes instances of diarrhea or vomiting. You know, it's very important. And interesting enough, when you look at these, aside from the sore throat, this stuff is also exhibited somewhat by people that have UC. ulcerative colitis. So don't try to be your own doctor. If you feel sick, stay home. The Department of Health and Human Services provides the latest update on Medicaid SNAP enrollment and provides information on SNAP income levels. Maximum grossly monthly income: one person $1,383, two people $1,868, $1,868. Family of four, monthly income can't exceed $2,839. Now add each additional member $486. Very important to take advantage of these type of things. Maximum thrift food plan, family of four, $680. Add $153 for each additional member. Now, if you have questions on this, compass.state.pa.us, and I believe they have a phone number also. And let me see if I can get one for you. No, they don't. But contact your county assistance office for more information. Newswatch rolling on, and I told you there was a lot this morning. And then that's not even counting the debate party last night for the Republicans. Now, and I will continue to call him the governor of Philadelphia until he does something for Western Pennsylvania. Governor Tom Wolf announced more than 165,000 Pennsylvanians have downloaded the PA Exposure app. See, this guy really, he wasn't going swimming this summer. He was going to play on the apps. So he really thinks that that's a great big thing. And maybe if you're living in the East, it is. Now, as we continue through with Newswatch, we're going to take this break and we're going to head over to sports. So hang in there. We'll be right back.
The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. 724-658-9543. That's 724-658-9543.
Hello and welcome to the Cedar Sports Corner. Well, tonight, 9 o'clock on ABC, it's the Miami Heat taking on the Los Angeles Lakers in NBA basketball game 1. And I can't help it. Let's go Heat. Now, over in Major League Baseball, and we're starting World Series action and playoff action, so let's get right to it. 12 noon today, it's Cincinnati at Atlanta. Houston is at Minnesota. Miami is at Chicago at 2 p.m. That's on ABC. ESPN, Chicago White Sox at Oakland A's. Toronto Blue Jays will be at Tampa Bay, 4 o'clock TBS. St. Louis will be at San Diego, 5 o'clock ESPN2. And the Cleveland Indians are at home at 7 o'clock against the New York Yankees. The late game features Milwaukee at the Los Angeles Dodgers, and I can't help it, let's go Dodgers. Now that's Major League Baseball playoffs. As you already know, it was Tampa Bay winning in NHL hockey. So that's going to round out how we finish the middle of the week. Now we will have Thursday night football tomorrow with the pros, and then Friday is scheduled some games, and that'll get us up and going for the weekend. But that was the Cedars Sports Corner report. Here's hoping you go to Cedars and get a cold beverage and some of their great food. We're going to take a time out. We'll be right back after these messages.
This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
This program sponsored by Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company. Brian Ches, owner. Call 724-498-4760. Brian would be glad to visit.
Hi friends, I'm Gary West, and whether you find Augustine's Pizza at your local grocery store, the folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
Jim Micco and Sons, 347 East Washington Street in Newcastle, can service a lot of your lawn equipment. It's jimmiccoandsons.com, their website, and you can email them at jimmiccoandsons@verizon.net. Their phone number, 724-652-6911. Proud sponsors of community television in Newcastle. Today's programming furnished by a grant from Chalala and Carney Florist on Mill Street in Newcastle. Allie's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu: pizza, roll-ups, salad, soup, sandwiches, strombolis, dinners. They are just great for dine-in or take-out. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Allie's Upper Crust.
we are back. 49 degrees. Picked up a degree, 50 outside. And let's continue on with Newswatch. And I told you a special surprise coming to you. The PUC reminds customers that enhanced disclosure rules for electric generators take effect September 30th. And what this is meaning here is that say you have an electric generator and you're making money off of that, you can actually sell the electric back to the company. Introductory pricing must be clear. Variable priced products, product offerings with monthly add-on fees, and this just coming in. That's that was their talking point. So let's keep that in mind. As Newswatch, busy yesterday. Uncommon Bravery earned state police 4 awards on excellence. We talked about that, and congratulations to those. That was because they want to move further to the right on law and order and make it seem that way. But they're still working on defunding the police. Pennsylvania Historical Museum and Commission awarded federal grant to develop digital learning sources. And this very important, as nobody could go to the museum, thus it's really costing our kids. Department of Health announces Governor's Awards for Excellence in Health. Mrs. Overmiller is being recognized for innovation and geographical information systems, language mapping, and tool, that captures and shares data on the language people use with their mask. So little innovation award there as we continue to get through Newswatch. Look at the stack. I mean, and I'm just giving you the brief rundown here of these headlines. Pennsylvania CDC cooperative agreement to build a comprehensive suicide prevention program for veterans in Northwest Pennsylvania. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is 800-273-8255. And hats off to them with that. The more they do, the better off they'll be in that situation. We got the COVID tracking, and we're almost there, folks. Almost moving to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. As PennDOT, yes, those folks making the news. The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation is proud to announce several employees are recipients of the Governor's Award for Excellence, presented annually for implementation of a service to the Commonwealth. And while there's nobody close to home, William Byrd, William Gipe, Christopher Tammy Keeger, Tim Martney, and Ryan Steffen are a few of those named. So hats off to them. Whoa. Let's get to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Trump announces the distribution of 150 rapid COVID-19 tests. The Trump administration announced on Monday that his administration will distribute 150 million Abbott Corona tests that produce results in 15 minutes. That from the Washington Examiner. Trump said 50 million tests will go to the most vulnerable communities. He said this last night on TV also. 18 million to nursing homes, 15 million to assisted living facilities, 10 million to hospice care providers. And allocated 100 million tests will be allocated to states and territories to support their efforts to reopen their economy and schools. City Journal writes that Judge Amy Coney Barrett, whom Donald Trump nominated to fill the Supreme Court vacancy created by a death of Justice Ruth Ginsburg, is a distinguished scholar whose philosophy balances a commitment to originalism with respect for President Amy Friedman, writes in the City Journal. And we're continuing on. The most important economic news overshadowed due to the most important coverage of the Supreme Court. Related 2 weeks ago, the Census Bureau reported on income and poverty in the United States for 2019 and clearly shows the pandemic. President Trump's economic success blew past that of any other presidency, writes Andy Posner from Fox Business. So, hold that thought a second. Minneapolis, Minnesota plans to defund the local police. According to the New York Times reports over the weekend, some of Minneapolis city council members who pledged to law enforcement and to the city council president now say making that promise. Emily Zollett writes from Delaware, or the Daily Wire, they regret making that promise. Now, countries reopen American tourists. That's going on, and that was Mexico, as the coffee guys claim about how it's being shut down. And you know, Feinstein, they get caught every time. If somebody says, I don't believe in a mask, I'm like, okay, you don't believe in a mask. But when somebody says, the dogma of you being a candidate for the Supreme Court just because you're Catholic, and they start making up all that when they ran a candidate and he got let go here maybe a year ago. What are we talking about? Well, Congress is spreading around the blame game. Senator Dianne Feinstein walks through the D.C. airport without a mask. I don't know if you can see that. So, not for nothing, the debate they were having last night, do the masks work? I don't know, it doesn't look exactly right to me. Now, let's take a look at weather. And here we go. Barometric pressure 92%. Winds are at 5 miles. I'll do this to get my monitor up. 5 miles from the southwest. And barometric pressure 29.73, humidity 93%, visibility 10 miles. Wind chill feels like 47. Here you go, radar moving across the lake. You see some showers. That's out of Cleveland. Pittsburgh radar, clear. Let's go to Lawrence County 45 weather. We'll be right back.
My name is Brittany. I have suffered with depression for 15 years.
My name is Sam, and I've been experiencing depression for over 12 years. This is the first place I will always recommend for somebody to come if they're suffering from depression or anxiety or any kind of problem like that.
Easy Clean Car and Van Wash, where your clean wash is our goal. Run it again at Lindy's Lunch. Run it again with hot dogs, fries, burgers, and much more. For the 2-point conversion, try those daily specials. Run right in and you won't only guard the score at Lindy's Lunch. Before the game, just right for lunch, or anytime. It's Lindy's Lunch. 2402 Wilmington Road, Newcastle.
BSB. Big Shot Bobs are the wings for me. 50 flavors, make it right you see. BSB has sandwiches you have to try. Stop in and you'll know why. Every day of the week you see. Call or stop in to BSB. Big Shot Bobs will be your favorite place. Just like me.
Hello and welcome to Lawrence County 45 weather. And a little wet last night, rainy low of 46, and that dampness prevalent throughout the area. Here's the local radar showing you a little bit of why as that fades off. And well, we've changed up. Looks like we're going to get some sunshine in here. Now, let's take a look. Right here you see the rain. This is moving through the area. Now, out west, everything's dry, clear, and we'll kind of take that. Here is your forecast. Last night, 46, cloudy skies. Your Wednesday, sunshine, 65. Chance of rain, only 30%. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, 45. Chance of rain, 30%. And your Thursday, mostly sunny and 63. Chance of rain, 20%. Your Thursday night, partly cloudy, 42. Chance of rain, 20%. You move into Friday, partly sunny, 58. Chance of rain bumps up to 40%, and there's a 40% chance of rain Friday night. Partly cloudy, a low of 38. Saturday, sunshine, 58. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, 39. Sunday, mostly cloudy, 61. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, 43, and Monday, partly sunny and 64. Now, all in all, they've changed it up from all rain to now you're getting a little sun in there. But the temperature's definitely more fall-like and seasonal. So, how's that? Now, this was Lawrence County 45 weather. We're going to take this break, hear from these great people, and we'll be right back.
Hello, friends, and it's Los Amigos. Let me tell you what, great food. Whether you get the chimichangas, enchiladas, tacos, whatever you get, you're going to love them. The nice, friendly atmosphere. Stop by. Tell them NCTV45 sent you. It's Los Amigos sponsoring this program. Elham's for one great dining experience.
There's more than meets the eye. You gotta give them Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.
Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
This program sponsored by Lombardo's Apothecary, located at 1230 South Mill Street on the south side of Newcastle.
At our law firm, we see you. Come see us at lgkg.com.
Special thanks going out to Town Mall Pizza for sponsorship of this program, located in the Cascade Galleria, Newcastle.
Now, we're back, and I told you I was going to give you a little surprise this morning. We have the debate, Republican Party. It was like a party. And we will be airing that live today after Mass. So that coming up. The morning show, we're going to try and get through a lot of this. So buckle up. And talked with Lynn Ryan. And we had an interview with Daryl Audia, and we've uncovered some facts. Incidentally, something was left, and you know, when you do something, it always comes and broils to the top. And I will let this be uncovered on NCTV45 in the next coming days, so I urge you to watch. And that's going to do it. As there was something else that was just blew by my brain, but I can't even think about what it was. Oh, today, opening Los Amigos, their new dining area. It's going to be nice. So, make sure you tell a friend and have a friend tell a friend about NCTV45. They'll be glad you did. And when they say, I don't watch a lot of TV, You tell them that NCTV45 is available anytime on your time. Yes, a train that runs on your schedule, that's NCTV45 right here in Newcastle. Now make sure you get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you again real soon.